We were very worried that if researchers solved the suicide problem, the depression problem, the anxiety problem tomorrow, that we might be in a position where they had no way to deploy it.
It can be really a humbling experience to hear what the communities are grappling with.
Sharing ideas, sharing new technology, sharing innovation, that is how we're going to be successful. We've got to work together.
I am Matt Varicki, the CEO of the Jordan Elizabeth Harris Foundation. The Summit for Research is a chance to bring the top researchers in suicidology throughout the country together to meet, to discuss, and to reflect on their own practice, and then to connect with nationally leading organizations in suicide prevention.
When we're kind of doing our research, we ended up getting really siloed. I'm stuck in my office a lot. Maybe I talk to my graduate students here and there. Speaking for myself, I feel a little bit stuck. I'm doing all of this research, but what does this actually do?
So I think one is really identifying barriers. So what are the barriers that foundations are experiencing? And that's not an area of research that I've explored, but I was like, that sounds like a really interesting question to try and figure out the answer to.
We originally launched this program because we saw that there was a disconnect between what researchers were really learning and implementing at a very high level, and then what was happening at the local level among foundations that were really focused on community work.
And I think the only way to tackle something like this, you can draw comparisons to things like smoking and cancer and things like that. And we've made incredible progress. How did we do that? It was by sectors of society, many sectors actually, all pulling in the same direction, all coming together.
I wanted to attend this year's Summit for Research really to hear from other like-minded organizations.
We're trying to get Hope Squads or peer-to-peer programs into the high schools, finding out from the researchers how these idolations begin, if there's further things that we can do to nip the problem upstream.
To be able to have foundations and researchers together in one room is, I think, a game changer. I just think it's incredibly important and love that the Jordan Elizabeth Harris Foundation has led this.
It was important for M2G and our mental health initiative to partner with the Jordan Elizabeth Harris Foundation for a few different reasons. We advocate on behalf of our partner, which is the UT Southwestern Center for Depression Research and Clinical Care. We wanted to bring their center to Tarrant County because it only existed in Dallas. We thought, well, there's so many residents here that could benefit.
M2G and MHI together focus on more of a pharmaceutical and direct intervention versus the social approaches that we take at JEHF. They bring to us a different perspective that really allows us, I think, to continue to move these conversations forward in a way that is not an either or, but a both and.
I have always had this passion for clinical psychology because I'm interested in understanding what's going on for people, what drives their thinking, and what kind of contributes to things like depression and anxiety, because I saw a lot of it in my family. This is something that's always been really close to my heart. Sorry.
My dad killed himself. It became, kind of a personal mission to prevent other families from having to go through what we went through.
We brought 30 very distinct people together for this event. And at the end of the first day, one of the researchers kind of looked around the room and said, hey, I don't say this lightly, but Dr. Joyner, I read your book, and it saved my daughter's life. And this was somebody who was not connected to this beforehand. This is somebody who, in the last 45 days, because of the work that we're doing here and the connection we made, has a whole family. And that's what this foundation is about. And we can talk about it in ethereal terms about how we help this city, but we help people and we help individuals. And to see it happen in the room when we're trying to think big is just a really beautiful thing.